Hi, and welcome to everyone to the last tutorial of social psychology. So this would be your last tutorial, which would be your 5th tutorial. Now for this last tutorial, we'll be touching on 2 topics, basically the topic 9 and also the topic 10. So topic 9 will touch on the subjects of prejudice, discrimination and aggression, and also in topic 10, we'll deal with theories on affiliation, affection and helping, which means by prosocial behaviour. The subjects such as love, factors affecting attraction, and prosocial behaviours are also explained in this topic. So if you come back to any textbook that you can get from the bookstore, you can look at, we are basically covering 4 chapters today, 4 topics today, which is on the topic of prejudice, the topic of aggression, the topic of affiliation, and lastly it's the prosocial behaviour, which is helping behaviour. Now to start with, we start with topic 9, which is the prejudice, discrimination and also aggression. Now here are some of the examples that we can reflect on before we begin with this topic. Now, in the American election, there was 2 candidates it happens to be between Obama and also Hillary Clinton. Now, if you look at them, Clinton did have a wide support because her husband used to be a president once too. Now, if you look at them, one, you consider him as you can call it African American, and also Clinton, you can categorize her as being a female candidate. Now, so between an African and also versus a female. Now, let's look at the distribution of the supporting of the election, the result of the election. Now, the result is that more people supported Obama more people supported Clinton. Now, you might have to think, does this have any issue or anything related to who they are? Okay, does this means that people in America, it's more tolerant of African than they are more tolerant of a female? I mean, do they prefer an African to hold the position of a president more than a female to hold the position of president? So in this case, we might it might be interesting to look at it. The truth might be, to some extent, the American is still not still haven't gone through past that level yet, which led them to accept a female president in the country. Yep. Or another issue that we can see is on a social level. The social level, we look at many of the equipments that we have, or the things that we have, like the staircase or the elevator. Okay, are they really disabled friendly? Disabled friendly means by does it usable by everyone, including the disabled people who are blind or people who cannot walk. Okay, these are some people. They don't consist huge part of our population, but they are actually a part of our population. So the question is, right now till today, many people have complained, even their own society have complained to the public that the equipment or the facilities that we provide do not cater to their needs, such as we can talk about Rapid KL. I mean, right now they have improved, or KTM. These are the things that we have to think about. But the good thing is that if you look in terms of the supermarkets, they have provided some empty car park lots which are catered only to the disabled, which are very near to the entrance. By the way, if you are not disabled, please do not park at the parking spaces, because you might say no one is going to park there, but you may not know when they're going to park. So just do not park there. I've seen healthy people, healthier than me, they go and park there. Okay, next one. Or we can look into the examples of hiring. Let's say if you are a boss, if you are an employer wanting to look for an employee, now who would you hire? Inside your mind, what kind of perceptions that you are based? Do you have any stereotypes? I mean, would you hire an ex-convict, or would you hire an ex-prisoner, for instance? Some people does that, most people do not, okay? Hiring, you can look in terms of hiring a female candidate to take the post of CEO. How would you do that? Or people who looks having long hair, would you just disregard them, or would you just take them in and look for their ability? Next one, we look at the insurance. Now, if you look carefully in insurance, up to a certain level, they do not encourage you to buy insurance at all because they deem you as being the high-risk group. So in that case, do we call it fair? Is there a fairness in the insurance system? Most likely, I do not agree when they stop the insurance at the age of 65 or 70, because we know that the people today, they have an age limit. I mean, they do live for a very long time. Yep. Or next instances, we can look in terms of homosexual. This is a widely debated issue. Now, some people, they are fighting for their rights to be accepted publicly. I mean, even America, they are going to pass law that allows the same-sex marriages. So the question is, would we allow that to happen? Or are they depriving of their privileges as a human? Okay? Sometimes it has passed some moral issues or the social norms. So right now we can see that through acceptance or through a wider exposure, people are getting more accustomed to the existence of homosexual. But the question is, does still the society accept it? Some people, they have homophobic. They are afraid of people who are homo. Okay, so I mean, so based on your mind, what do you think? Do you think they deserve the right to be treated well? Or the question with transsexual people, yeah, transvestite. Okay, these are the people that is worth considering, provided that some people would not become one as they like, okay? It must have a trigger to make them who they are today. Yep. Next one, we go to gender. Gender is a very typical issue when we talk about prejudice or discrimination. Yep. Okay. So we look into gender. We normally look at females as the one who's doing the work at home, who doesn't know anything, who shouldn't go to work. Okay. Whereas the man is the man of the house. The man holds all the position, and the man makes all the decision. Okay, but we look in terms, after that we look in terms gender basis, the relationship, the love factor, and also the aggression, and mostly the abuse. Okay, we'll look at the connection of these four. Next one is the glass ceiling. Glass ceiling here, it refers to when there is in a company, when a company sets a limit because due to gender factor. Now, it has been researched that males definitely earn more than females with the same position in the company. Okay? And also, I mean, when we talk about having a managerial position or a top management position, mostly it's about 90% to 93% of the positions are held by male. But the question is, in Malaysia, let's say for instance, more than 60% or to 70% of the university students, they are females. But why, when it comes to a company, why doesn't that reflect in a company? I mean, why do still males hold many or most of the position? We can look in terms of politics as well. If we look in our if you look into our parliament house, we can see that there is not so many females, but a lot of them it's male. Or we can even wonder, would Malaysia one day accept a female leader in our country. But the first question that people would come inside the mind is that the female would be too weak to handle the country, or when the lady has to take care of the family. Now, if you